Dragons!
Dragons.
Dragons!
This is so
No one saw it coming.
cool. No one saw it coming. Carefully kept secret.
That was a cool transition. I don't know who this guy is, but I already like him. I admire his diligence. Oh no, no, don't make me. Don't do that to me. Yeah! Woohoo! What's her name? Crap, what's her name? I know her. Oh, hey, they're all here. Nice. It's Dragonflight. They're calling it Dragonflight. These are the different aspects, different dragon aspects. Alex Straza. Yeah. World of Warcraft Dragonflight.
Dragons!
Dragons.
Dragons!
This is so
No one saw it coming.
cool. No one saw it coming. Carefully kept secret.
A couple of days ago, I posted a series of tweets over on Twitter talking about what I think it was that Blizzard needs to do in order to fix World of Warcraft. And in that list, there was 4 specific criteria that I pointed out, and they were: 1, they need to go back to basics. They need to simplify the game and stop focusing on grandiose systems in every expansion that essentially didn't add. They weren't expansive systems that improved the whole game. They only existed within that expansion and did not like evolve the game in any real way. They weren't adding new professions, they weren't adding new classes, they weren't adding new races. They were artificially adding new races, but they weren't really like proper new races that you start from the beginning. And it was feeling like a lot of the design of the game was becoming super stale and unnecessarily like complex. So it seems with this, they have listened to criticisms and decided that there are certain design ideas from the game that do actually work and should stay, such as the revamping of talent trees back to a similar system to the way they used to be. That's something I have been saying since day one, that talent trees need to come back, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. I hope that instead of adding loads of pointless stuff, they will just focus on what works and continue to go in that direction. My second point was the removal of borrowed power. If you don't know, borrowed power is a system in the game design where you only have that power for that expansion. It's an arbitrary sense of progression that's like, you grind this out, and eventually once you do it long enough, you'll be as powerful as everybody else. But a problem with the recent expansions, including Legion, as much as I like Legion, an issue is that you are constantly just grinding out more and more power. And unless you were able to play for like a certain length of time every day, every week, you would just fall behind. And that created an unnecessary degree of artificial investment where you're not really progressing your character. You're just grinding out a resource to give you a tiny, minuscule upgrade. And it looks like the focus for this will be on, you get your gear, you're more powerful. You don't get the gear, you're not more powerful. And adding focus on professions as well also means that people who create professions or focus on professions will be able to help people get more powerful gear. So it won't just be raiding and stuff like that and mythic dungeons that will allow you to get improved abilities. It will be, or improved stats. It will be like systems inherent to the game, which again goes back to basics. Stop overcomplicating the process. Number 3 was less focus on narrative, not more. The game has become so hyper focused on these over the top stories that, as much as I love the world of Warcraft and the stories that it tells, they stopped using it as like this fun thing to just justify these expansions, and it just became these ridiculous, unnecessarily convoluted narratives. And there was also no consistency between like the writers of the books and the writers of the games, and it all just became a huge massive mess. So this is one that's going to be hard to judge until like the game itself actually comes out, the expansion. But what I'm seeing here with the aspects and the locations is that, like, instead of trying to build the story upwards, they're building out to the side. And that's what Pandaria did, which was my personal favorite expansion. They're layering what we know already with like some extra details, but they're not trying to like reinvent the world as we know it. And it's also appealing to elements of the canon that we already know, while hopefully flourishing it with extra details and giving popular characters a little more room to grow. Like Rothian, very happy to see Rothian back, and he looks amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. The 4th point I made was that, and this is the most important one above all else, even if they fix all of this and make all the right changes that I suggested, they need to drain the swamp inside the company. There's been a lot of problems with Blizzard lately, as everybody knows. Sexual harassment law cases, the shit involving China. A good while back. Some of us haven't forgotten about that, Blizzard, sorry. And it's important that they focus on looking at the issues inside the company and making sure that the people who allowed these problems to happen are not allowed to stay there. You can improve this company as the game as much as you want. You can try to bring people back with the right game decisions, but as long as the company still has the problems that have been festering in the company over the last couple of years are still there, it doesn't matter. In my opinion, at least, in my opinion, I believe that the people who have been put in charge now are doing what they can to fix the company. And I hope that it continues to go in the right direction. As you saw from that video, there was plenty of representation from like a wide, diverse group of people, which wasn't there before. They did not show that like before. And it could be a marketing move. It's like using minority groups to market your company is not a new thing. As I'm well aware as a member of the LGBT community. But as long as those people are also in like positions within the company that are developing systems, so that's a good thing as well. I think we will have to see obviously how that turns out, but I am cautiously optimistic that they can go in the right direction. with what they're doing here. Who knows? I guess we'll see. Since this is going up on YouTube, feel free to drop your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the reveal, especially if you have criticisms. Like, obviously they're not perfect, and I'm not going to pretend that they are. So if you have any critical thoughts of this, let me know and let's start the conversation. Take care of yourselves and stay beautiful. If you enjoyed this, please consider following us over on Twitch as well. Same name as here, no word count. We're always having a ton of RPG discussion over there, and we would be more than happy to make you a part of the conversation. If you enjoyed this as well, please consider supporting us over on Coffee. It's the same name as here, no word count. It'll help me to continue making more videos and keeping up a more consistent schedule. And look forward to a series that's coming in the very near future. It's going to be a video series and a podcast called the Never Ending Quest Log, where me and a group of the speakers are going to sit down and basically tackle all the news, all the games, and everything basically surrounding the entire role-playing genre. It's a big task, but I think we're up to it. Take care of yourselves. Stay beautiful.